Is it easy or is it hard to stay focused on the task at hand, knowing that Tennessee really does have much to play for?
It's actually very easy to stay on task. Just understanding we still have another opportunity. We have to go prove ourselves. I feel like we still haven't. Granted, we've done some good things this season, but I mean, it's time to start turning it up a notch.
T.Y. said you guys, between you and T.Y., you've already started information sharing. Basically, the moment he got here, and he was saying how he's already started to kind of help you with separational routes and things like that, and you helped him acclimate to the playbook. Can you talk more about where you guys are in that process, as far as, because there's a lot of chemistry between you guys that's kind of ramping up quickly?
Yeah, it's actually, I feel like it's very important, just for me to get inside his head and vice versa, and kind of help him, feel his way into this offense, because as we know, if he's in this offense can go, any kind of way, and I'm doing all I can on my end, and then vice versa. So if I have any questions that he's already experienced, I know I can go to him. He's going to give me an answer. Or if it's route running, techniques that he feel like is a little nuance that'll create me a little separation. And I'm all ears, and he knows that. So at any moment, he can come to me and vice versa, and I have no problem going to him.
To that point, he's played a lot of games in this division against this Titans team. Has he been able to help you with their personnel at all?
Yeah, they're a little banged up, but most definitely, like the grand scheme of things, or how their defense is, showing themselves, or really just kind of be tricky. So just understanding that he's already, he's seen it, so he knows what to expect.
You talked about ramping things up. Is that something you guys have talked about as a group, or is that just implied that everyone knows this?
A little bit of both. We all in this locker room, we know what we got to do in the task at hand to become victorious or to get to where we want to go. So it's taking it one step at a time, and we're gonna get there.
These short turners, the 3 games in 12 days. I mean, you do it every year for Thanksgiving, but to have to do it again this late in the season, is it harder than November, or do you have to do things differently this week?
All short weeks are hard. I think we went from like 6-5-4, I want to say. So, the week's getting shorter, but we got to hold our side of the bargain. We got to be professionals about the situation, and go out there and put our best foot forward, play the game, hopefully come out victorious. That's the plan.
On the backside of it, having presumably the long weekend coming out and using that going into week 18, do you see that ultimately it could be an advantage?
Most def. You can look at it any kind of way you want. The 3 games in 12 weeks is crazy, but then right after that, you got a lot of rest. Going into the last 2 weeks, if you will, or the last week, and then boom, we right into the tournament.
You don't want this division. You might have to do what you need to do on the road to get where you want to go. So how difficult will that be? Because you got 2 to finish the season, then if you don't win the division, everything's on the road.
Yeah, everything's going to be on the road regardless, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of prepare for whatever, home or away, we got to go play anyway.
CeeDee, the 3rd and 30, obviously you got to go run your route, but you also know we're not going to convert this. So when you looked up and you saw that you converted it, TY's over there with the football, what'd you think? What were you?
So we had a hurry-up play after it happened, and I was trying to run on the field immediately after he caught the ball. So I almost got a flag, which was crazy. But
you were off the field?
I was off the field. I had just ran a go.
He caught it. That's what.
No, I was off the field before the play started, and then when he caught the ball on that 3rd down, I was off the field. But then when he caught it, I ran on the field. I was trying to get in the game now. I'm ready.
Tell you how fast. We talked about he could still run, but just watching him run by Slay and do that.
It ain't surprised me. I seen it. It's very deceptive. His arms don't move as fast, but his legs for sure still turning. It's crazy.
And he didn't put his hands up to the last
Exactly.
minute.
It was late hands and everything. It was textbook. Contested catch. He got hit a little early, and just for him to just, still keep focus on the ball and the main task at hand.
One of the criticisms of this offense in recent years was didn't get the ball to the number 1 receiver like a lot of other teams have. Seems like there is an intent now every week to get you the ball and get you involved in a big way. Could you describe that philosophy? Is it the coaches calling plays? Is it Dak's confidence in you? What is it?
I would say it's a little bit of both. I feel like we built, a lot of confidence in each other within the last couple of years playing together, and I feel like I have the utmost confidence in myself regardless, no matter who it is guarding me. So personally, I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready for the ball. You know, I'm never running away from it. So just whenever my number's called, I'm going to step up to the occasion.
How much of it is you growing into that number one role? You talked about that this year, how there was some kind of growth into that. How much
Most
of it,
def.
400-yard games out of 7, how much is that part of that growth?
It's been very important, and I've seen a lot of things as far as, you know, mentally wise, just throughout a game, just understanding that if I'm going to want to play, you know, to happen, I'm going to have to make that play. It's not really relying on anyone nor just, you know, understanding I know my guys are going to make the play, you know, given the opportunity. But when it comes to my opportunity, I have to step up. So.
Is it crazy that, you know, I always talk about you being number one again. You're still the number one receiver in the slot as well this year. Number
Yeah,
yards wise.
that's
Let's
pretty
say that
impressive.
game was growing.
Pretty
It's not
impressive.
about the outside guys. It's about
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about getting the ball in the end zone, no matter where you lined up. I can line up on the outside now, so if it really got to come to that, I can handle that.
right.
What have you shown about your versatility? As
Exactly,
well, right?
most def. I feel like the slot is a lot more difficult. It's a lot more bodies you got to, you know, run around. But I mean, everybody got their own comments.
But you also have a two-way go in there, right?
You do, but you go the wrong way and see what happens.
We saw it last night.
Facts. Facts.
Thanks.
Thank you, Steve.